Buddies, where am I? Hey, it's Concert Buddy, coming to you from the future Spin Center 2.0, under construction. So as I say, pardon our mess, but I would only do this because some breaking news. The Record Store Day 2024 Black Friday list dropped on a Monday. No one was expecting. Well, some people were expecting it. So I had to get in front of you. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I've looked at the list. I got to be honest. Well, cue that lever. Let's get into it after the break. All right, buddies. If you're anxious to look at this list, I'm going to warn you. You may not like what you find.
Milk was a bad choice.
Now, when I do these videos, I'm just going to do like a list, and I'll kind of peruse it and tell you my thoughts. But it's not for the weak of heart. We had a pretty good, pretty strong traditional record store day. Let's use the air quotes back in the spring. This one, well, let's just get into it.
And I know I can go on a little bit of a rant here.
All right, buddies, let's just crack this list open. Kicking it off, you got a 13th floor elevators title. It kind of really stuck out to me from the beginning. That may be something I'm interested in, but I need to do a little bit more deep diving onto that. Chet Baker release. I'm trying to decouple from jazz, so I'm not real sure how this list is going to hit me this year. But let's scroll through. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That's not for me. Now, this one here, Bottle Rockets, that's a band actually local to my area. So I could see myself maybe biting on that. It's only 1850 release, so why not? That could be something that jumps in my cart. Dave Brubeck. Again, I just said I'm kind of decoupling from jazz, but this may be something that's an interesting title. Let's kind of check it out. Cool cover. Live from the Northwest, 1959. Yeah, I don't know. Buck Cherry. Well, a band synonymous with that song Crazy Bitch. Apparently they're much more than that song, but I'm not exactly sure. Oh, well, here's 2001 release. All right. Porno Star. You know, these guys are really talented songwriters. So Crazy Bitch, Porno Star, what have you. Matt Cameron, he's the drummer for Pearl Jam, but also Soundgarden. So he's got a side project. Now this Eric Carr, I could have swore they already did this last record store day. Eric Carr of Kiss, The Fox. What? Well, this is interesting because that... Oh, picture disc. Okay, wow. Yeah, they already did this, but now it's in a picture disc because everyone loves picture discs. Come on now. Collective Soul, Coheed, more live albums. Boy, Record Store Day is really leaning in on these live recordings. I'm not sure how I feel about that. De La, it's cool to see them getting this album, 3 Feet and Rising, out more. This one looks like to be a mini little box set of 7 inches on splatter vinyl, custom sleeves, a 7-inch pinup, slip mat. So they're really kind of going biggins. Now this is available first, so I wouldn't necessarily rush out to get that if I was interested. Digital Underground. I do enjoy these guys. 30th anniversary of the Body Hat Syndrome. I guess the only question I would have is this something that had Tupac on it or not? And it looks like a video appearance from Tupac Shakur. So that means that was probably when he was just one of the backup dancers. So don't know how I feel about that. Eric Dolphy. I know that Spins Vinyl is a big fan of Eric Dolphy. This one, the Iron Man. It's a pretty neat cover. Gold Nugget vinyl. All right. What are we cooking here? Yeah, so Essential. Vinyl for the album. Vinyl for the album All Music calls, quote-unquote, essential, has been long out of print and unavailable. Deluxe packaging, some Obi strips. I noticed there's a lot of Obi strips going on. All right, Dr. Dre, Chronic, one of my favorite albums, 30th year anniversary, CD, come on. But apparently it's in a long box, the old long box from back in the day. Rolling papers included, all right. Now this is interesting. They've changed the artwork to say founding member of NWA. Maybe that's on the original artwork. I don't remember. In Bud We Trust. All right. Well, now this one, Justin Townes Earl. I could have swore this was already a Record Store Day live at Grimey's. So it looks, now baby blue vinyl, maybe it's different. I don't know. Originally released for Record Store Day 2015. Exactly. So now we're recycling previous Record Store Day titles and just changing the color. I mean, lazy. Now Bill Evans, of course there's a Bill Evans release that's synonymous with Record Store Day at this point. Again, how many Bill Evans live albums do I really need to put on my shelves when, frankly, folks, I'm not really listening to the ones I already have. No offense to Bill Evans, but it's just, maybe I'm just not that consumer. Oh, a little technical difficulties, pardon me. Let me change a couple things. Bebop, boobop. All right. It looks like I lost the quantities on the right, but so be it. Technology, folks. We're doing this live. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Bill O'Reilly. Jerry Garcia. A couple of albums he did with other musicians. Goo Goo Dolls. So now I'm assuming this is early Goo Goo Dolls, self-titled, probably their punk. Yep. So this is probably something that was on, oh gosh, what's that label? Metal Blade, I think, before. But anyway, that's when they were like a punk band, which, you know, I don't know a lot about. I just know enough to be dangerous. Grateful Dead, Fillmore West. This will probably be very popular, these Dead titles. They seem to do them pretty good. The Dead and Rhino really put a lot of focus. So this is the fourth night of the famed Fillmore West run. So, oh, Saint Stephen. It can't be a Grateful Dead experience unless you listen to Saint Stephen. Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson. I don't know if that's a title I've been seeing a lot in my local record stores, but let's take a look. Yeah, see a lot of Obies. They're really putting that perceived value of the Obie strip on there, which maybe it's good and bad. I don't know. But let's see. The vinyl has long been out of print and unavailable. All right, well, that's probably going to be a call to action for some folks to add it and buy it. I don't know. Man, I can't get this list to show the goofy quantity run, so apologies, folks. We'll just keep on trucking. Ahmad Jamal, the Jazz Detective, that's Zev's label. Scarlett Johansson, Anywhere I Lay My Head. I feel like, oh yeah, so this is Tom Waits. This is a Tom Waits cover album featuring guest appearances by David Bowie, limited to 2,000. Probably not going to get that one. It's Jonas Brothers I just saw. Definitely not that one. Amos Lee. I am an Amos Lee fan. He just came out with that Chet Baker cover album, so I think he must be doing something similar here with the Lucinda Williams catalog. Pressed on pink honeysuckle vinyl. Come on now. How can you say no to that? Now, Limp Bizkit looks like a CD and LP of the same release. Rock I Am Park 2001. First time on vinyl. Of course it is. I would know if this album came out on vinyl. I'm a Bizkit fan. Looks like this was a live festival recording from Nuremberg, Germany. Performance, chaotic, frenzy, high energy. It has never been released on vinyl. Well, no shit, Sherlock. It looks like it came out after the Chocolate Starfish album. Yeah, nothing really. Now, Meat Puppets, I am trying to collect all the Meat Puppets catalog. This is probably a reissue. First heard of the Meat Puppets, obviously from the Nirvana Unplugged performance. But I'm not seeing Lake of Fire. And I think that's the big song on that performance credited to them. Oh, here we go. Nirvana later gave them a hand up on their MTV Unplugged special. Okay, but not the actual songs. Got it. All right. Joni Mitchell, Motley Crue. All right, so little rant about to come at you. Willie Nelson, Shotgun Willie. How many times? And Vinyl Me Please reissued this. They're doing it for Atlantic 75. This just feels lazy. So what's going to be different? Well, with a second disc of outtakes and alternatives from the album sessions available for the first time on vinyl. Well, if you're a big Willie person, that's maybe something you need. All right. Graham Parsons. Okay, well, this could be fun. This could be something kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one. Let's see. So this is a live performance. Is this a 50-year-old soundboard cassette? Offers some challenge. So this is a cassette they're mastering to vinyl. So buyer beware on that. Prince, Get Off, Margot Price, another grimy thing. Screaming Trees live performance. Yeah, oh, Alan Silvestri, Death Becomes Her is a Meryl Streep movie. I didn't know that the soundtrack was awesome, but it's pressed on great vinyl, so if you're a Meryl Streep fan, go for it. That Pauly Shore record, I'm not going to touch that. Stuff pisses me off. Tantric, so these are the guys from Days in the New, got fired, and then they formed their own band, and this album I think actually did better than the Days in the New album commercially. So this is something I'll probably pick up. Taproot. Now Taproot, they did a Taproot album last Record Store Day that was pretty awesome. So I think they have some Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins. Billy Corgan wrote a couple of songs with them. So that might be something worth picking up. I saw 3-6 Mafia. That's a maybe. There's a whole lot of maybes on here. Nothing really grabbing me. Now, Judgment Night soundtrack. A lot of heavy hitters on here. You got House of Pain. This is kind of like a rap and hard rock kind of mashup kind of soundtrack. Repress. I knew it. I knew this has already come out. I'm not surprised. That probably already came out for Record Store Day previously, too, for all I know. But and then the rest of these various artists, I'm not vibing with it. So this Lil Wayne album, I'm not familiar. I Am Music. It appears to be, okay, that's a cover. I'm not familiar. This is probably a compilation. This is a compilation. So consider this like a greatest hits. So if you don't want to go back and get the Carter 1, 2, 3, I think there's a fourth one, or any of that kind of stuff, this should serve you pretty well. Yep, compilation album. Yeah, you've got all the hits. You've got 6 foot, 7 foot, a Millie, all that stuff. But buddies, this list, softer than Charmin. That was the list, buddies. It's all she wrote. What do you think? Tell me your initial observations in the comments below. Clearly not a fan, but listen, when these lists come out, there's always room to grow. There's always ample time to research and dig deeper into these titles. And I mean, who are we kidding? I'm probably going to buy some of these titles anyway. Now, the question becomes, am I going to get up at the butt crack of dawn to fight these fools, these suckers for these records? Man, I don't know. There's nothing that's screaming to me like the Kumite, Frank Dukes, to go out there and to start fighting these fools. Time will tell. Tell me in the comments below what you think. But until then, buddies, and as we get the hard hats back on in the Spin Center 2.0, when you get the chance, just spin it. See you soon.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
Well, we out of time.